Oh, we have picture. Okay. All right. So, anybody who's coming in to see this at the moment, I'm just kind of testing some stuff out with some of my camera settings and stream settings and stuff for some potential cool streaming stuff that I have planned in the near future-ish time thing. But as you can see, this is a more cinematic look, right? Because, well, obviously you can see this weird effect going on with these lights. They've got this, like, fogginess to them, right? They got this, like, misty fogginess around them, this halo effect that's kind of around them. And that's because I'm using a lens filter. These things are pretty sweet. This is called the Tiffin Smoke 2. And it gives a more cinematic look to everything, and it also does this to lights, which I think is kind of cool. I got a pretty drastic effect of this. You can get them in different densities. Like I have Smoke 1 as well, which is like not as dramatic of an effect as this, but I like super dramatic, so I'm using Smoke 2. I also have their Black Pro Mist coming sometime soon whenever it gets in stock, because I guess it's on back order. It's fairly popular. But I'm just kind of testing some looks out, and I can even go as far as doing this if I really wanted to. If I was trying to do like a performance kind of thing or something, and I wanted it to look even more cinematic, then all I gotta do is go boop boop and add these this like letterbox to everything, and bam, there we go. Now it's immediately more cinematic, right? It's like a widescreen looking thing, right? I mean, I feel like I gotta adjust this top one a little bit. The top one seems a little off, does it not? Seems like a little bit like, no. Well, shoot. All right, let me lock that down. Lock the bottom one. Oh, that's why I couldn't move it, because they were locked. Doy. Move it up just a hair and then lock it there. That looks better, I think. Maybe? I don't know. Can't really oh no. Don't want to do that. I want to just drag it down just a smidge like that. Lock it down. I guess they're not perfect. I'd have to finick with them, because god dang it, I want it to be 1080. What's this one say? What's the bottom one? 1025. Okay, I can do this. Let's do it 1018. Can we get it to 1080? There we go. Now they're the exact same. I can tell you that much. They are the same. Cool. But look, that's like a very cinematic look, right? I've got my main lighting over here. I've got another backlight over this way. I have my just kind of like accent light over here. I don't know what you would want to call it, but this is like a very kind of atmospheric vibe. And not only does this smoke filter do this thing to the light, it gives a certain filmic look to my video. Like, it looks more like a movie. Like, it's more cinematic. I guess it's hard to really explain that. It's like, I think of this sort of effect kind of like a compressor in audio, where you get kind of a warmer saturated sound in a way from a like tape saturation or something like that, and it makes it look analog. It takes digital and makes it analog-ish, right? You use all these digital plugins and stuff to make music, and you add a tape saturation simulator plugin to give it that kind of tape sound that people like, that warm tape sound that was on a lot of music that was recorded on actual magnetic tape. Same kind of thing applies here. I think the image that we're used to, not only this being in 24 frames a second, but the warmer, not so sharp look of movies with the medium being actual film, like analog film, tape film, is what we're used to. That's what we like to see and what we consider cinematic, right? And especially that kind of wide angle thing where I've got this letterbox situation up here, which also gives that effect because you get this kind of wide angle effect. So this smoke filter not only takes away some of that super digital sharpness that you get with modern digital cameras, and even my 4K Sony does it. Not that it's a bad thing, but if you want to look cinematic and more like a movie, over sharpened images aren't exactly the route that you usually want to go. They can be a certain look, but not the look. And there's some sirens going off. Something's going down. That's not good. But it's a certain look. And the reason I got smoke first was because, well, one, it was the first time I was trying out any of these lens filters. You know, some people like using lens filters to get your look in camera, which I think is really cool. Some people like to do it in post with color grading and color correction and all that. But see, the problem is that I think, like more specifically with this halation around the lights, you can't get that same thing through post color correction and all that. I'm sure you could try to add it in, but that's just so much more work. I can just get it right here. See, look, I block the light, it doesn't show up, but then as soon as I get, it's peeking out. Oh, it's that glow. I think it looks really cool. To me, it looks really, really cool. But I can kind of show you the difference. So this is what it looks like with the Tiffin Smoke 2 on my camera. I'm sitting with my kit lens on here, which is even more or less sharp than my other lenses, because the kit lens that comes with the Sony cameras and stuff is good, but it's not the sharpest lens you'll ever have. But yes, so I'll take the lens filter off, so you can kind of see what it looks like without it on, right? And without a side-by-side comparison with like pictures, it's hard to tell. But see, this is what my image looks like straight into my camera, right? You can see how it's immediately sharper, right? Because of the digital sharpening, and immediately the halation around those lights is gone. Now this is a look, right? If you want a super detailed, sharp looking image, then this works, right? And you can even take away the letterboxes if you really want to. And now it's just a regular YouTube video. This is normally what you guys would see me up until now do with my videos, right? This is like, oh, it's the digital sharp image, it's 4K, it is what it is. But then you add on the letterboxes, it's becomes slightly more cinematic, right? Because it's got that wide screen look. But then I take this Tiffin Smoke 2 filter that's all on a step-up ring, because it's for a 52mm thread for my big boy lens, because that's the biggest lens size that I have, and this is basically an adapter to let me put it on my kit lens, because that's a smaller thread size. And so I put, now remember, this is what it looks like, and then I put this back over. Before, after, right? See if I can get it without getting my hand in there. So this is what it looks like before. And now after, right? Before, after, before, after. Now I have to be careful with this stuff because it is glass. The filter is glass. So I do have to be careful not to drop it or break it or anything. But you see, the difference is quite drastic. And I have a drastic density of this filter, but everything just is way more cinematic. There's a warmer look to it because it's less sharpened. That digital sharpening is kind of deafened a little bit. You get the halation with the lights again, right? That cool effect right there. And The big thing with the smoke tube filter is it creates an atmosphere. So not only just the halation is the atmosphere, but it creates kind of a smoky, misty atmosphere in the shot, like a haziness to it all, right? Which is kind of why you get the halation. And that haziness makes things more dramatic. Because it all started with me looking for haze in a can. Because for some of the music video stuff that I wanted to do, I wanted to have some sort of haze in the room. You know, I don't want to get a smoke machine, but just you can get a can and spray it in a room, and it'll make like a hazy, misty look in the room for a certain period of time for you to create this cinematic look for whatever you're doing. And that stuff's really expensive. And then I found out about lens filters, which I did know about them before, but I never really dove into what they were and how much they were, what they did, and even just me using them at all. Now I can create that look endlessly as long as I have this lens. I don't have to keep buying more and more cans of haze, aerosol, whatever it's called, in a can. I just have the lens. Is it more expensive than the can? Most definitely. It's a piece of glass. It's a high quality product. However, in the long run, it's gonna be cheaper in the long run, because I think the haze in a can was like $12 a bottle, or a can. I mean, $12 a can, and you just do 5 of those, and it already basically adds up to what I paid for the filter, the lens filter. So after you pass 5 cans, you do 5 different shoots, you're already at a loss. Unless you have the lens filter, now you're good to go unlimited amount of times until you break it, or it just, for whatever reason, you don't use it and you get rid of it. I think this look is fucking sweet. I mean, I know I'm probably talking to a wall here, but this is cinematic. I just knocked my phone off my desk. It's okay. It made it. Here's another cool thing. Let's see how cinematic this looks. I got a cool case for my phone from a company called Keyway, and they're made in Canada, right? And it's got real wood and metal and stuff in it. And I got the Kraken. It's pretty sweet. Check that out. Ooh, that's pretty sweet. And it's a nice slim design. I did have like an OtterBox on it before, and it's a kind of a bulky case. I know I'm sacrificing some security and protectiveness for coolness, but you know what? Whatever, I don't even care. That's fine with me at this point. But, yep. This is a cinematic look, you guys. Just trust me for a sec, okay? I'm doing what I can to make things more cinematic so that I can do some really cool projects coming up here really soon. Hopefully, with some cool stuff that's going to be happening within the next month or so that you guys don't really, I don't think I've said anything, but that you guys don't necessarily know about yet. Things are coming, ladies and gentlemen. Things are happening. There's creativity afoot. And other things afoot. There's something coming around the corner. Don't mind my beard. I need to trim it up. This is uncomfortably close. That's as far as I can zoom in. Oh, you can see my zit. Oh no. This is uncomfortably close for me. I'm gonna back you guys off. Yeah, okay. So, the lock for my chair keeps coming undone, so now I'm like falling way back. I need to sit forward. The chair, it's a nice chair. Kaylee got it for me 2 Christmases ago or something like that. And I've beat it to hell. I might have to get a new one soon. But that's all I got for you guys. This necessarily wasn't supposed to be a planned stream or anything. This was just a test. So if you joined, thanks for joining in. If not, whatever. This is my cinematic look